Hi students, today we will discuss soil as a resource. The last class we discussed land as a resource. We all know land is a natural resource, how it formed and what were the reasons for degradation of land and how to solve land degradation. Today, like land, soil also a natural resource. Soil is an important natural resource. We all know soil supports the growth of plant and different types of living it supports different types of living organisms on earth. In your lower classes, you already learned how soil formed. Here, in your textbook, here we can say soil, we all use the topsoil. We all live in topsoil. Below that, we can see the parent rock. How soil form, the rocks break down into small pieces and it takes millions of years to form a few centimeters of soil. So, here the lowest part we can see the parent bedrock. Then above parent rock, we can say weathered parent rock. Here in this part, sometimes the big rocks break down into pieces. Then below above the substratum, we can see subsoil. Here, the process of weathering happens. What do you mean by weathering? We all know the process of forming soil is weathering. After this process, we can see the uppermost part, upper soil formed or top soil formed. We use topsoil as our resource. So, here we can see parent rock below or the lowest part we can see parent rock. From the parent rock, we can see the weathered parent rock above the parent rock. Then subsoil. Here the process of weathering happens. Then as a result of weathering, topsoil formed. You all know what you mean by topsoil. What are the special features of topsoil? What is the special features of topsoil? The topsoil is porous, soft and have the capacity to holding water, more water holding capacity. Then it has loads of humus. So as a result, it contains so much humus, it is very fertile. Okay, that is the features of topsoil. Okay, what are the features of topsoil? Topsoil is porous, then soft and more water holding capacity. So, and it also contains more humus. As a humus contains, this topsoil is very fertile. The topsoil supports the plant growth and it supports various living organisms on earth. Okay, then we can see subsoil. Okay, subsoil. Below the topsoil, we can see subsoil. Subsoil is, we can see the process of forming soil or the process of weathering is, we can see in lower parts of subsoil. Subsoil, the features of subsoil are, it is comparatively harder than topsoil. Topsoil, what is the specialty of topsoil? It is very soft, porous and capacity, more water holding capacity. But in going to subsoil, we can see it is comparatively harder than topsoil. Then it is lighter in color. Sometimes it colored as grey or red. Then it contains sand and stones. We already told the topsoil is soft and small particles. But in the subsoil we can see it is harder than topsoil. So it contains more sands and stones, small particles of rocks. Then it is organic because it is less humus, so it is not fertile or little fertile in nature compared to topsoil. Topsoil is it contains humus, so it is very fertile. In going to lower part, we can see subsoil. Subsoil is more harder than topsoil. It is very little fertile or very little organic in nature. As a result, the soil is what type of soil? The soil become less fertile or less organic. Okay. Okay, the last layer, the lower layer of soil is, we can see the main features. It is, we all know it is beneath the subsoil. Then it is made up of stones and rocks. So it is called bedrock or it is parent rock. Okay. Then another important feature, there is no organic in nature in lower parts of soil, lower layer of soil. So it is not fertile. Then this known as parent rock. Okay, these are the special features of lower layer of soil. We already studied in our lower classes. We studied the type how soil form and what are the types of soil, the different layers of soil. The different layers of soil are topsoil, subsoil, and the lower part of soil. We all know what are the features of topsoil and what are the features of subsoil and the lower layer of soil. What are the features of lower layer of soil? First, we can see the topmost soil is topsoil. Then beneath the topsoil, we can see subsoil. Compared to topsoil, the subsoil is less fertile because it is not present organic nature or humus, so it is not fertile. Then we can see the last one further parent rock and parent rock. We can see the lower parts of soil. It is beneath the subsoil. It not contains any types of organic matter, so it is less fertile in nature. These are the different layers of soil. Then when we discuss the soil as a resource, we can see soil as a very important natural resource like land. It is renewable resource, but it takes millions of years to form a few centimeters of soil. So sometimes it is spoiled in different reasons. So we will protect soil or conserve soil is important. Okay, here when the question is what do you mean by soil or how soil is formed or different layers of soil or as a natural resource, what are the functions of soil? We can say soil is an important natural resource. It supports plants growth and various types of organisms on earth, and the different layers of the soils are topsoil, subsoil and the lower layer of soil. Okay. Okay, we discussed how soil form, different layers of soil. Then there are several factors that are responsible to form soil. What are these factors? First, relief, bedrock, climate, vegetation, many forms of life, time, etc. are the factors of to forming soil. Okay, what are the factors responsible to form soil? This relief, we all know the relief features of India. Or physical features, you all learned in 9th standard. There were so many physical features. There are in the land features of India. There are plains, plateaus, mountains, deserts, islands, then deserts, etc. River, valleys, etc. Like these relief features affect the formation of soil. What type of soil is formed on the basis of relief? Then bedrock. What type of parent rock? Soil is formed from parent rock. Parent rock, then below above then form topsoil. So, bedrock, then climate, vegetation, many forms of life, then time. First important factor is relief, bedrock, climate, vegetation, different types of life, climate, and time are the factors responsible for formation of soil. Then another important factor was various forces in nature. We all know even when we observe the tides in sea continuously fall on the rock. Sometimes the big rocks break down into two pieces first. Then continuous attack of these tides, we can see the breakdown of these rocks again break down into small particles, and it cause the formation of soil. Then winds. Can you when we observe in desert area, we can see the wind raise the sands of that desert, and it puts on some rocks, and these rocks and sands conflict collision. Here happen collision, and the rock particles break down into small pieces. So, like that, several natural forces cause the formation of soil. These are change in temperature sometimes causes soil formation. Then actions of running water, wind, glaciers, etc. are the factors responsible for forming of soil. Then another important, the third one, chemical and organic factors. Chemical and organic factors also causes the formation of soil. Okay, there are so many factors responsible for formation of soil. First one, relief, bedrock, climate, vegetation, different forms of life, and time are responsible for formation of soil. Then another important factor was various factors in nature. That is the temperature, various changes in temperature. Then different natural forces like running water, wind, glaciers, etc. are also caused to formation of soil. Then some chemical and organic processes to form soil. Okay, when the question is like what are the factors which causes to form soil? These are the first one, relief, bedrock, climate, vegetation, different types of life, and time are the first cause. Then various forces of nature itself causes to form soil. These are the running water, glaciers, wind, the changes in temperature caused the formation of soil. The last one is some chemical and organic forces are the causes of soil. Okay. Okay, then classification of soil. How can we classify soil? In India, different types of soil we can see in India. How can we classify? On the basis of factors responsible for forming soil, then color, its thickness, and texture, age. On the basis of factors responsible for forming soil, then its color, thickness, texture, age, etc. we can classify different types of soil in India. Okay, we already know what are the factors responsible for forming soil. What are the factors responsible for forming soil? We discussed three factors, which are the first one, relief, bedrock, vegetation, and different forms of life, time, etc. are the first factor that affecting the formation of soil. Then we will discuss another important some natural forces which goes for forming soil. Then some organic and chemical changes became the reasons for the forming soil. That are the factors. These factors, then the color of the soil, then alluvial soil, black soil, red and yellow soil, laterite soil, and arid soil, and the forest soil. Okay, on the basis of factors responsible for soil formation, then its color, thickness, and texture, age. On the basis of these factors, in India we can classify soil as alluvial soil, black soil, yellow and red soil, then laterite soil, arid soil, and forest soil. Okay, let's explain what are alluvial soil, what are the features of black soil, and what are the features of red and yellow soil, and the features of laterite soil, features of arid soil. Finally, we can discuss what are the features of forest soil. Okay, let's discuss first the features of alluvial soil. Okay, first we will discuss what are the features of. Okay, let's discuss what are the features of alluvial soil. Okay, the most important, and we can see in northern plains we can see more alluvial soil. Okay, what are its features, or how northern plains deposited alluvial soil more, or what were the forces to deposit that alluvial soil in northern plains? In northern plains, the deposition of this soil by three important Himalayan rivers. Which are the three important Himalayan rivers deposited alluvial soil in northern plains? They are the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. Okay, the alluvial soil formed in northern plains by the deposition of three important Himalayan rivers. They are the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. Okay, we can also see this alluvial soil in eastern coastal plains also. Okay, in eastern coastal plains, the alluvial soil formed by the deposition of which rivers? Mahanadi, Kaveri, Godavari, Krishna, and Krishna. Okay, okay. Alluvial soil, we can see more alluvial soil in northern plains. In northern plains, this alluvial soil was the deposition of the three important Himalayan rivers. They are the Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra. We can also see the more alluvial soil in eastern coastal plain also. In eastern coastal plains, the alluvial soil deposited by the main rivers Mahanadi, Kaveri, Godavari, and Krishna. Okay. And also in northern plains, it extended to the alluvial soil. We can see, or the deposition of alluvial soil by Himalayan rivers Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra extended from Rajasthan to Gujarat. Okay, these are the deposition of alluvial soil in northern plains and eastern coastal plains. Okay, do you understand the main feature of alluvial soil? First, when we explain the importance of alluvial soil, first where it located, or we can see more alluvial soil in which location? We can see more alluvial deposition in northern plains. In lower classes, we already learned how or why or what are the reasons the northern plains was thickly populated. What is the reason? The deposition of alluvial soil and the Himalayan rivers, the contribution of Himalayan rivers in summer, in rainy as well as the summer season, they all get water and all facilities, and more agricultural vegetation is taken place in northern plain. So northern plain is thickly populated. You studied in your lower class that fact. So we can analyze, when we analyze the location of deposition of alluvial soil, more we can see more alluvial soil in northern plains. How it formed in or how more alluvial soil we can see in northern plains. It is the deposition of Himalayan rivers of the Indus, the Ganga, and Brahmaputra, and the soil deposition of soil by these rivers extended from Rajasthan to Gujarat. Okay, we can see the alluvial soil also in eastern coastal plain. In soil done by the rivers, major rivers Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Okay. Then some features of alluvial soil are here. We can see the various proportions of sand, silt and clay in alluvial soil. Okay. Then if you move inland towards the river valleys, we can see the particles of this soil is bigger in size. And near the places of break of slope, the soil are coarse. Such as soils are, we can see in Piedmont plains such as Duars, Coast and Terre. Duars, Coast and Terre. These are the Piedmont plains. We can see these types of alluvial soils. Okay. Here, the important features we can see various proportions of alluvial soil are some sorts of sand, silt and clay. The limited proportions of various proportions of sand, silt and clay. Then move from inland to river valleys is particles. The soil particles become bigger in size. Okay. These are a type of soils we can see in Duars, Coast and Terre. These are the Piedmont plains in India. Okay. Then on the basis of its age, alluvial soil's age, we already discussed all the factors responsible for soil formation: its color, thickness, texture and age. On the basis of age of alluvial soil, we can divide the alluvial soil as old alluvial soil and new alluvial soil. Okay. Here we can divide the alluvial soil can be classified. Old alluvial soil is Banka. Okay. And new alluvial soil is Khara. On the basis of its age, on the basis of age, alluvial soil can be classified as Banka and Khara. Banka is new alluvial soil. Khara means old alluvial soil. Okay. We can see the Banka is fine and well fertile. As it is new alluvial soil, it is fine and fertile. And in the case of Khada, it is coarse and less fertile in nature. In the case of Banka, we can find these soil as lower reaches of river valleys. At the same time, we can see the Khada soil or the old alluvial soil we can see in the upper reaches of river valleys. There is a difference between the Banka soil and the Khada soil. Both the Banka and the Khada soil are alluvial soil. Okay. I hope that you could understand where alluvial soil can locate and what are the features of alluvial soil. Alluvial soil can be classified as Banka and Khada on the basis of its age. Okay. On the basis of age, alluvial soil can be classified as Banka and Khada. Banka is new alluvial soil. Khada is old alluvial soil. Okay. We can see in the Banka soil is fine and fertile. At the same time, in the Khada soil is coarse and less fertile in nature. And we can find in the Banka the new alluvial soil find in the lower reaches of river valleys, while the Khada, the old alluvial soil, we can see the upper reaches of river valleys. These are the differences between Banka and Khada soil. Both these soils are alluvial soil. Okay, I hope that you could understand about the features of alluvial soil. Then we can observe alluvial soil from we classify soil as one types, which are the alluvial soil, black soil, iron soil, red and yellow soil, laterite soil, and forest soil. From these soils, alluvial soil is the most fertile and most prosperous soil. Okay, so alluvial soil as a whole are very fertile. If whether Kata or Benga, alluvial soils are very fertile. On the base of age, we can classify Benga and Kata. Compared to Kata, Benga is very fertile. But both the Benga and Kata is very fertile soil because all alluvial soils are very fertile. Then mostly these soils contain adequate proportion of potash, then phosphorate, acid, lime, which are ideal for the growth of sugarcane, paddy, and wheat. Okay, the alluvial soil we can cultivate paddy, sugarcane, and wheat. Okay, in North India, we can on northern place more cultivated items are or crops are paddy, wheat, and sugarcane. Uttar Pradesh, we all know the sugar bowl of India. Uttar Pradesh. So in northern place we can see alluvial soil. Here cultivated sugar, paddy, and wheat. Because most prosperous soil is alluvial soil in India. We can classify the alluvial soil as Benga and Kata. We can cultivate mostly paddy, sugarcane, and wheat in alluvial soil. So it is very important soil in India. Then it contains equal proportion of potash and phosphoric acid, lime. Then due to its high fertility, regions of alluvial soils are intensively cultivated and densely populated. Because of intensively cultivated, we can say here densely populated. We already discussed why the northern plains we can see the deposition of alluvial soil. So these places are highly populated or densely populated. Then soils in the drier areas are more alkaline and can be productive after proper treatment and irrigation. The same area, dried soils we can see also. Okay, in this area, as a dried nature, we can see the content of alkaline. So after proper treatment, we can also cultivate these areas, the dried areas. So here, the portion alluvial soil is entered. Okay, we discussed alluvial soil. We can see alluvial soil in northern region and the eastern coastal plains. In the northern place, we can see the deposition of rivers of Himalayan rivers such as the Indus, the Ganga, and Brahmaputra. And the soil extended from Rajasthan to Gujarat. In the eastern coastal plain, this alluvial soil deposition done by the rivers of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri. Then the main features of alluvial soil is the soil is various proportions of, we can see the various proportions of potash, phosphoric acid, and lime. Then on the basis of age, alluvial soil can be classified as Benga and Kata. The difference between, what are the difference between Benga and Kata? In the case of Benga, it is new alluvial soil. Kata is old alluvial soil. In the case of Benga, we can see it is fine and more fertile in nature. And on the vice versa, here the Kata coils and less fertile. We can find Benga soil in the lower reaches of river valleys. At the same time, we can see or find the Kata soils in upper reaches of river valleys. Okay. Then second one, black soil. Like its name, it is black in color, so it is known as black soil, and it was otherwise known as rigor. Okay, the black soil is also known as rigor, and the most fertile for cotton plant crop. Pradesh, etc. Deccan region. So the black soil is also known as black cotton soil. Okay, black soil is also known as rigor and black cotton soil. Then the most important thing is the factors responsible for formation of black soil is climate condition along with the parent rock material. You all know what it means by parent rock. That is parent rock material and the climate condition that causes the formation of black soil. Then we can see when we can see black soil in Deccan region or basalt region, and it extended spread over northwest Deccan region. Okay, we can see black soil Deccan region or basalt region. And also it cover how many states in Deccan region. We can see then Maharashtra, Saurashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Malwa, then and also southeast direction along with the Godavari and Krishna rivers. Okay, in the case of black soil, we can quote black soil as rigor. Then most cultivated item or crop is cotton, so it is known as cotton black soil. Then we can see black soil mostly in Deccan region or basalt region and extend to northwest Deccan region. The most important states cover a black soil are Maharashtra, Saurashtra, Malwa, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and spread over extend to eastern, southeast direction, and along with the rivers of Godavari and Krishna valleys. Then another important feature, the black soils are made up of extremely fine, that is clayey material. Fine and clayey material. Okay, here black soils, the main content is clayey material. Then so it hold more moisture in nature. As clay, we can see black soil are moisture in nature. Then other important factor, in addition they are rich in soil nutrients such as calcium and calcium carbonate, magnesium, potash and lime. Which are the contains in alluvial soil? Alluvial soils are the proper proportions of potash and phosphoric lime. Like that, here the black soil also contains potash, lime, calcium carbonate, magnesium, etc. Then it is poor phosphoric in nature. That is the difference between black soil and alluvial soil. In alluvial soil, we can see it contains more phosphoric in nature, but in our soil, it lacks phosphoric contents. That is the main difference between alluvial soil and the black soil. Then another important, they develop deep cracks during hot weather, which helps in proper accretion of soil. These soils are sticky, wet, difficult to work on unless tilled immediately after the first shower during pre-monsoon period. Okay. The main features are this clay in nature, moisture in nature. As moisture in nature, water holding capacity is more. Then another important difference between alluvial soil and the black soil is the black soil is contents of black soil is calcium carbonate, magnesium, lime, but it lacks what? It lacks phosphoric contents. But the presence of phosphoric conditions in alluvial soil is more, so it is fertile. Okay. So black soil is mostly used for the cultivation of cotton. Okay. These are the main features of black soil. Okay. Where we can see black soil. Black soil is mostly we can see in Deccan or basalt region. What is the special feature? This clayey material, moisture in nature, water holding capacity, wet in nature, and it contains calcium carbonate, magnesium and lime. But it it lacks phosphoric contents. Phosphoric contents is more in which soil? Alluvial soil. That is so alluvial soil become more fertile. Here, black soil we can see in the Deccan region or Basalt region. The states cover in Deccan region were Maharashtra, Saurashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Malwa, etc. and extend to eastern regions and the regions of Godavari and Krishna. Okay, I hope that you understood the main features of black soil. Okay, today we learn how soil form, what are the factors responsible for the formation of soil and a classification of soil. From the classification of soil, we discuss alluvial soil and black soil. If so, I will ask some questions to you. Here. Okay, I hope that you could understood factors responsible for soil formation. What are the factors responsible for soil formation? What are the factors? We discussed firstly factors responsible for soil formation. Which are the factors responsible for soil formation? Okay, first relief. Okay, relief, parent rock, then time, various forms of life, changes in temperature, etc. are the factors responsible for soil formation. Then another factor, there are some natural forces like which are they? Running water, glacier and wind also responsible for the formation of soil. Then last one, some chemical and organic changes cause the formation of soil. Okay. Then we discuss classification of soil. Okay, how can we classify soil? On the basis of factors responsible for soil formation. Then factors responsible for soil formation: color, thickness, texture, age. Okay, on the basis of factors responsible for soil formation, you all know what are the factors. Then its color of soil, then its thickness, then texture, then its age. We can classify the different types of soil in India. Okay, which are the different soils of India? First, alluvial soil. Question is classification of on the basis of factors responsible for soil formation, then texture, age, color, thickness. Soil can be classified different. Which are the soil? Which are the different types of soil in India? Okay, first one alluvial soil, then black soil, then red and yellow soil, laterite soil, adit soil, and forest soil. Okay, we discussed the alluvial soil and the black soil. Okay, if so, then features of alluvial soil. What are the features of alluvial soil? We discussed all matters on alluvial soil. Which are the factors we discussed about alluvial soil? We can see mostly alluvial soil in northern region. It was a deposition of three important Himalayan rivers, the Indus, the Ganga and Brahmaputra. And the regions extended, or the deposition extended from Rajasthan to Gujarat. And we can see alluvial soil also in eastern coastal plains. The formation of alluvial soil in eastern coastal plain by the deposition of Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri and Mahanadi. Okay, alluvial soil are very fertile, fine and fertile, and it contains main contents of alluvial soil was equal proportion of phosphorus, potash and lime. So it becomes the presence of potash or phosphoric acid are the main reasons for fertile alluvial soil. On the basis of age, alluvial soil can be classified as Belka and Karma. The last question, okay, the another important question from alluvial soil. difference between Bankar and Khadar. On the basis of age, soil can be classified as Bankar and Khadar. What is the main difference between Bankar and Khadar? First, in Bankar, it is new alluvial soil. At the same time, Khadar is old alluvial soil. Bankar is fine and fertile in nature. At the same time, Khadar is less fertile than Bankar. Not fertile, we cannot use non-fertile, less fertile than Bankar because both are alluvial soil. These are the equal proportion of potash, phosphoric acid and lime. Compared to Bankar, Khadar is less fertile. Okay. Then last one, in the case of Bankar, we can find the Bankar soil in the lower most parts of river valleys. At the same time, in the case of Khadar, we can find the alluvial soil. In Khadar soil, we can find the uppermost valleys of river valleys. Okay, these are the main difference between Bankar and Khadar. Then we study the features of black soil. Why did it become black soil? It is known as black soil because its color is black in nature. It is also known as rigor and cotton black soil. Why did it called cotton black soil? In black soil, we more cultivated or we use black soil to cultivate cotton. So it is known as cotton black soil. We can see black soil mostly in Deccan region, or Deccan region is also known as basalt region. Okay. Then another important factor, the Deccan region covers so many states. Like that, the black soil we can see, or the cover states, black soil cover the states like Maharashtra, Saurashtra. Saurashtra is not a state, a region. Saurashtra, Malwa, Chhattisgarh, and Madhya Pradesh. This region we can see black soil is plenty in nature, and the main vegetation is cotton cultivation. Okay, these are the important features we discussed today. I hope that you understood these factors. You should notice the point one by one, and you studied this topic today itself. Okay, next day we will meet with another important topic. Goodbye.